3D animation documentary videos like this are doing really well on YouTube right now, and this isn't new. It's the same kind of visual storytelling you see in Zack D Films style videos. But here's the problem. Normally, pulling this off takes a full animation team, Blender skills, heavy rendering, and a serious budget. So I decided to figure out how to recreate this animation style. After hours of research and testing, I found a much easier and faster way to recreate this exact style without breaking the bank.
Move. Nods only. No distractions.
Cupola ahead. 2 guards.
Smoke. Now.
If the fort can't see, it can't fight.
Charge set.
Back. 3 step.
Not a blast, a precision cut.
Command. Explosions on the roof. We're losing optics. Repeat. Losing optics.
They're firing blind. Good. That means it's working. Next nod. We take the eyes, then the guns. Go!
3 men don't beat a fortress by fighting it. They beat it by turning it off.
In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to create this type of 3D documentary animation videos by yourself. No huge team, no endless hours in complex 3D software, and no prior experience needed. The tool we'll be using is Dzine AI. If you want to follow along, I've left a link in the description. When you sign in, you'll land on a homepage that looks like this. Click New Project, select the correct aspect ratio for this video, 16:9, then hit Apply. Go ahead and name your project. Now you'll see the prompt box where we'll generate our first image. Before we click anything, let me quickly frame this the same way real animation studios do it. Every 3D documentary video breaks into 3 stages: pre-production, production, and post-production. We are starting off with the pre-production stage. In this stage, we're locking in the video idea, the script, the character, and the storyboard. Starting off with the video idea. For this tutorial, I'm using the military niche as the example, and the channel I'm reverse engineering is YarnHub. We will be using Notebook LM for the ideation. However, I've already covered the full Notebook LM step by step, exactly how I use it to generate unique viral video ideas, multiple video title options, and a rough draft script. So if you want to watch the full walkthrough, check the video linked in the card above and in the description. But here's the process in one flow. I go to the channel, click popular to sort their best performing videos, copy the URLs. I use a Chrome extension like Grabit to grab multiple links fast, paste those links into Notebook LM under websites, remove any failed sources, and then run my blueprint prompt to extract what's working: title patterns, hook patterns, video structure, retention mechanics, and thumbnail patterns. From there, I use a second prompt to generate 10 unique viral style video ideas with multiple title options plus thumbnail angles. And once I pick the strongest idea, I ask Notebook LM to generate a rough draft script using the same proven structure. If you want the exact prompts I'm using, type documentary in the comments and I'll send them over. Once the rough draft of the script is ready, go ahead and copy it into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to refine it and make it more punchier. And most importantly, mention the number of minutes you want the video to be. In our scenario, we want this video to be 1 minute long, and I wanted it to be in a dialogue format. And ChatGPT went ahead to give me an action-packed video based off of the script that we generated from Notebook LM, breaking down each set of minutes with the different dialogue. And once I have this ready, I asked it to extract the characters from the script, and it has gone ahead to extract 5 distinct characters. Why we're doing this is when we get to the production phase, we'll be generating the hero shots for these characters. I specifically asked that the image prompts for these characters to be generated using the semi-realistic 3D render Blender style animation, because that is what we are using for this video, and it went ahead to create each of the image prompt for each of the character. The next thing to do once the characters are generated is to ask ChatGPT to generate a detailed 1-minute storyboard. Now, this storyboard is going to consist of a couple of things. It's going to consist of the sound effect, the narration, visuals, the camera, and most importantly, it should give you the image prompt as well as the video prompt. The image prompt for Nano Banana, the video prompt for Kling AI. Here, you could see that ChatGPT went ahead to give me, for each of the different scenes, it gave me a short description, giving me all that I have requested. It's now time to start developing your storyboard. Once we come into Dzine AI, the first thing we are going to do is to create hero shots. These are the characters within our story. We'll be creating these 5 characters. To do that, we would go to text to image and we are going to choose Nano Banana Pro. Then you go ahead and paste in the prompt for the first character, which I have done here. And then you select the output quality. I'm going to use 2K. And then in terms of the aspect ratio, I like to generate these characters in 9:16. It tends to give me the best quality, so I could see from their head to their toe, and then go ahead and click on generate. It will start generating. So as you can see here, I've generated this particular image and it looks really good. This is the same process you would use to create every other character within your story, like how I've done here. These are the different characters that I generated, representing different aspects of the story. Once we have the characters generated, the next thing would be for us to go ahead to generate our images for our storyboard. So we're taking the prompts that ChatGPT provided for us to create from shot to shot. To do that, we would also go back to our text to image. We're choosing Nano Banana Pro, and what we are going to do is to create the first scene. Just paste in the prompt. The first scene is about a DFS 230 glider skidding across a wet grass on top of a massive concrete fort rooftop. So we'll put in the prompt. I will switch off this prompt improver and I'm going to use 4K. And this time around, we'll be using 16:9 because now we're generating the images for our video. We go ahead and click on generate and this would start generating. Once we have our first image locked in and you are happy with that image, we'll be generating the next couple of images to help build up our storyboard. This is the result of the glider on the rooftop. As you can see, it looks really good and it looks semi-realistic, just like the reference style. So the next thing is to go ahead and generate multiple shots based off of what you had generated earlier. But let me show you how I was able to put these characters we generated, the hero characters, in different scenes. This is the scene that we are trying to recreate. We're trying to recreate where the captain and 2 other of the characters are coming out from the glider onto rooftop. To do that, we would come back into Dzine AI. The bottom here, paste in your prompt and make sure that you have Nano Banana Pro chosen, and then go ahead and upload the characters because we're making reference to these characters within the prompt. You have the 5 characters here, and I also add this particular image. So we can use that as a part of a reference to maintain the environment consistency. Once we have that and have our prompt, it's time for you to go ahead and then make sure that you mention which of the characters is which. If you want to make mention of a particular character, you just type at and then choose the character. So in this scenario, we're looking at the captain, we'll choose at the name of that particular image. The next character I'll do at and then choose the next character in this story, and then the next character would be this. And then I'll make sure that I use that to make reference to all the characters I want shown at a particular time in this story. And once I have those tagged properly and all my prompts written properly, I would go ahead and make sure that this is 16:9, make sure that it's 4K, and click on generate. This is the same process you would take to generate all your images. If you don't put tags, the model wouldn't know which images you're trying to make reference to. You would need to put the tags so it's able to maintain the consistency of the hero characters that you have generated earlier. So it would go ahead and generate that image for us. This is the result. As you can see, it was able to generate the characters, maintaining each of the character that we have specified with their features, the way they are dressing, and maintaining the prompt and even the environment. This is the same process you would take to generate all your shots, and once you generate all your images, you will put them in a storyboard. Let me show you how that looks. Storyboard is essentially you arranging the images on how they look from each scene or from shot to shot. That way, you can have a visual representation of how your video is going to look like. As you can see here, I have each image and each prompt that was used to generate each of those scenes. This would help you have a visual guide on how to animate and how to stitch these together. How I did this was to use Canva. This is just simple, putting your image and the prompt. Canva has a lot of templates that you can use to create this, but this is how I put the storyboard together. If you storyboard stage, comment documentary, and I'll send you the exact prompts and steps I used so you can copy this workflow without guessing. Perfect. Now we have our blueprint, the script, the visual plan, and the hero shots. This is where the video starts coming to life. Welcome to production. This stage is all about scene creation, animation, and voiceover. We're going to start with animation first because motion is what makes this feel like a real Zack D Films style documentary. I'll show you the exact method I use to keep scenes consistent and make the movement feel intentional, not random. To animate, we'll be using one of the best video models. Example, this is the scene that we'll be recreating, and to do that, we just come to the AI video. Once you click on it, it's going to open to the side dialog box. You would go ahead and add the first frame, which is the image. You upload it and then go ahead and paste in the prompt. Here, we'll be using Kling 2.6 because, well, this is one of the best video generator models right now. Choose the duration or the number of seconds you want. We'll be using 5 seconds because this particular scene, the guard is looking out for people while there are silhouettes of people behind him. So there's a bit of a tension, and that's what we want to create. And then you go ahead and click on generate. And by the right hand side here, it would process and generate the video for you. This is how I was able to generate this particular clip where he was looking around and the camera is zooming in towards his face. Now, once you have the video generated, you can also go ahead to upscale it. In Dzine AI, you can now upscale up to 4K and even up to 8K. You will have a very crispy video once the upscale is done. You will do this for all the scenes and generate all the clips and save them in a folder. That's the same process that I used to animate each of these scenes. This is the scene where the guy in the control room was trying to call for help when there was a bomb by those 3 military guys that came on top of the fort. Next thing we are going to do is to quickly generate our voiceover. And to generate our voiceover, I'll be using ElevenLabs for that. Coming over to ElevenLabs, just go ahead and paste the script and remove all who is speaking and just have only the dialogue. But you need to also have that open somewhere so you can know what voice to assign to what. As you can see here, I assign different voices to the different parts of the dialogue. So it would help us to know who is speaking at what particular time. And here at the bottom, you can also see the color codes just to show you who is speaking at what time. And once you are able to generate all the voices, the next thing is to click on export. Now this is important. Instead of exporting as a single clip, export as a paragraph zip because there are some parts of this video that requires lip syncing. We'll be doing that. Select paragraph zip and click on export. Once the preparation is done, download it to your computer. The next thing we are going to do is to lip sync some of the scenarios where the characters were speaking, and to do that, we'll be using Dzine. Click on lip sync video. I'm using a face video because those videos are already animated. Click on upload and then go ahead and choose video that you want to use. So in this scenario, we'll be using the video of where the guy was calling out for help. Select that and click on Open. Face is already selected and we'll click on Next. Once you have that, the next thing is to click on Pick a Voice, and this time around, you're going to upload one of those paragraphs that the guy said from the zip folder we downloaded from ElevenLabs. So drop that audio and make sure that we play it to be sure that everything aligns really well. And once you do that, you go ahead and make sure that the quality is 1080p and click on Generate, and it will start generating the video. So this is an example of the one it generated earlier. So let's just play it.
Command. Explosions on the roof.
It turned out really well and the lip sync turned out perfect. Go ahead and lip sync every other scenarios, that or every other shot that requires lip syncing, and then we'll download all that clip. At this point, you've basically built the video. Now we move into post-production, where we add the polish, pacing, sound design, music, and edits that make people watch to the end. To put everything together, I used CapCut. I first of all brought in all the clips as well as the voiceovers in paragraphs and created multiple sound effects in ElevenLabs. Once I brought all of this in, I started off by layering the videos that I generated, and then once I have all those layered, I made sure that I added transitions in between places that I wanted it to feel a bit cinematic and just to give it a bit of tension. Once I added those transitions, the next thing I did was to start listening and adding the sound effects just to represent what that scene is doing. As you can see here, I have so many sound effects that I have layered out here, and like I said, I generated the sound effects using ElevenLabs. So you put in all the sound effects in the strategic spots, and after I have put in the sound effects and I was happy with it, I went ahead to generate a military kind of music. I also used ElevenLabs for that and then placed the music, made sure that I reduced it, so it's not overshadowing the voiceover. And once I have all of this placed and made sure that everything looked right, the next thing was to click on Export, choose your location, and then I exported the video as 4K, and your video is ready to be used. And that's it. The exact workflow I used to create Zack D Films style 3D documentary animations without a big team, without Blender, and without spending thousands on a single shot. Now, if you want the exact prompts I used to generate the scenes and keep the style consistent, comment documentary and I'll send them over. And if you want to try the tool, Dzine AI is linked in the description. If you enjoyed this tutorial, hit the like button because it helps the video reach more creators who need a simpler workflow like this, and subscribe for more tutorials. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.